Call me Robespierre because in this episode I'm about to butcher the French language. Hello, bonjour. My name is Victoria, or Vic in short, and this is Vink Studio, where I talk about character design and art in general. I call this series Mission Redesign. My mission is to redesign characters and take the in out of historically inaccurate designs. I already redesigned Snow White. Today I'm going to talk about my favorite Disney princess, Belle. And Jesus! There is so much damage to undo from the live action. This is a second episode, so why won't you stay and tell me in the comments what's your favorite Disney princess or any character I could potentially redesign to bring them closer to historical or cultural accuracy. In this video, I will talk about my designing process, explain why the 2017 adaptation dress is so wrong, and ramble about why the romance between the main characters in the 1991 movie is a great character study for the rest of the speed paint. This could be helpful for anyone looking for some inspiration to develop romance between their own characters. I will also redesign the Beast in human form because I'm obsessed with jabots, wigs and details in men's clothing from this time period in general, but I'll leave that for the next video where I will also animate them dancing. The best questions you can ask yourself in character design process are when and where. They determine both historical and cultural accuracy of the costume. The where we already know. The when requires some gymnastics, but not as much as the last time with Snow White. I decided to reference the original text of La Belle et la Bête, which was published by French novelist Jean-Marie Le Prince de Beaumont in 1756 in Magasin des Enfants, which became the most commonly retold version. And there we have it. 1750s France. So what the hell is that? The dress looks like this because Emma refused to wear a corset to prevent projecting unrealistic body standards onto young girls and make Belle free to move as she pleases, ride a horse, etc. She also mentioned that Belle is practical, so this dress should be as well. Practical. Practical is the last adjective I would use to describe Belle. She's a bookworm. She's a dreamer. She talks about the plot of the book she's now reading to a sheep. She likes fairy tales. What's more fairy tale-like than to dance in a ballroom wearing a beautiful ball gown? I don't know, but apparently she's practical and she hates such things. Okay, but about the corset. First of all, in this time period, the undergarment, or shapewear you could call it, is called stays. It would show unrealistic body standards if you make the waist tiny on purpose and the actress uncomfortable if you practice tight lacing. Tight lacing was very rare and practiced in aristocracy, in the upper circles, to train young girls' waists. Second, you are absolutely free to move in stays or corset. You can walk, eat, ride a horse, a bike, climb a mountain, fence and do weight lifting. Nothing stops you if you wear the stays or corset right, if it fits you. It was made to support the bust and the dress women were wearing back then. It's been around for hundreds of years as an equivalent to a bra. How can people assume this is a torture device forced on women by the men when they were wearing them for so many centuries? And this is how the damage gets done. As a result of this misconception and stereotype, we got a prom dress instead of this. It's a really nice prom dress, but it looks cheap for a movie costume. 10 people made it in 238 hours. but it's a horrible choice for Belle. I wish we could see what would the costume department create if given the freedom, which is what I'm going to do. I do have the freedom, hell yeah! Back in school I considered myself obsessed with 18th century stickers for smallpox scars in the shape of a carriage, hammers for fleas living in people's poorly maintained wigs, and the frigates on the same wigs the insects could steer into sea battles before their imminent death by said hammers. So of course I can draw the basic shape for the dress, right? Wrong. That was a lesson for me. I sketched out the dress from imagination, hated it, and found some references. Use references, please. Drawing in sketchbook first was my personal shot in the knee, because traditional art stresses me out. After exploring some hairstyles, I moved on to the dress. I'm referencing this portrait Madame de Pompadour from 1756, the same year as the original text. Mind you, it's not enough. This time period is the golden age of robe à la française. So what is a crucial element of the design? The back. More specifically, the cape, you could call it. All I'm saying is, don't fixate on one reference, especially if you are using the design for animation later. If necessary, draw the character from multiple angles, as you will see me do later on, and explore other possibilities, but also don't get trapped on Pinterest for several hours like me. You will see me simplify the design a lot, which is like the opposite I should do in a Rococo time period, but I still have my plan in the back of my mind. I want the hair and dress to have enough details, but not enough for me to go crazy while animating. My idea for this animation is pretty simple. Actually, no. It's not simple at all. It is based off of the tale as old as time waltz scene. People didn't waltz back then yet, but that's okay. So, Belle and the Beast are going to dance for a few seconds and then bow and curtsy at the end. The last frame of this sequence is going to turn into a full detail final painting with some text from the original story to imitate a page from a book, just like I did with Snow White. It's going to be awesome. I can feel it. I can also feel the yapping session coming. Wait. Oh, there it is. Shout at me for it, but I believe Beauty and the Beast wouldn't be what it is without Gaston, the patriarchy incarnate. Why I talk about it on this channel? Because when creating your own characters, there will be some dynamics between them, be it healthy or unhealthy ones. Speaking about unhealthy dynamics, let me draw your attention to Belle's behavior when she is with Gaston. During the proposal scene, she is clearly uncomfortable, while he is too focused on expressing his expectations towards her to even notice how she feels. Belle separates herself from Gaston with a table, a chair, anything to get away from him. Now, with the Beast, despite him being, you could say, a monster, a question appears. What makes a monster and what makes a man? Belle refuses to spend time with the Beast at the beginning, yes, but it changes after he saves her life and collapses injured in the snow. This is selfish versus selfless. Next, we witness the turning point of the story, which is their conversation that follows. The animation literally reflects their dynamic. He responds, she pushes back, then replies, and he pushes back. They are playing off of each other's comebacks. It almost looks like a dance, and they actually dance later. Oh my god. Okay, most importantly, Belle truly speaks up for herself, unlike with Gaston, when she was too scared to do so. Being in the West Wing was wrong, she doesn't deny it, but then says you should learn to control your temper. He doesn't argue with that either. Also, never raises his voice again. Character development. Belle then ends it with, by the way, thank you for saving my life. And the Beast looks surprised and impressed because she is showing kindness. The argument ends on a positive note. You know what's crazy? It all happened in one day. The proposal, the chase, her father's imprisonment, her running away from the castle, her almost dying in the forest, and the argument. All of it. I would stay at home for 2 months after that. I feel like the biggest similarity between Gaston and the Beast is their temper, and the biggest difference is how they manage it. But more about it and about character development of the Beast in the next episode. This is the final 360 of Belle's design for the animation. Like a baby. Let me know what you think. This video was supposed to be published to celebrate my 100 followers threshold, but over the last week we actually created a small village of almost 400 people. Thank you so much. My last video got such a positive response and many comments I love answering. Thank you again. I'll see you in the next episode with the final animation. Bye!